Well, hello there. Today I'm going to do everything I've crocheted in the past 6 months. So I started crocheting last summer and now it's April. I filmed this like 2 months ago and now I'm redoing the intro because the last intro was no good. So if you're just interested in seeing what I have crocheted in the past 6 months, which is quite a bit I think, then skip to this timestamp right here. But if you want to hear a backstory, then stay tuned for the next minute or so. So basically I am a beginner and the only time I've crocheted was a couple of years ago when I fell in love with this Prada raffia tote, and so I decided I want to pick up crocheting, and I used macrame and I crocheted this tote right here. I ended up loving it so much, however, it was way too heavy. So I basically just followed a tutorial and then my mom kind of helped me a little bit as well. So also to go further back, my grandma was really into crocheting, but she never showed me, so she liked to crochet like baby shoes and baby like clothes. Then fast forward, but also rewind 8 years for us. I had Atlee, who is 8 years old now. My mom and I ended up opening an Etsy store because my mom crochets. So she crocheted like baby hats, baby headbands, and we opened up an Etsy shop, and I did the photography for it and managed the business side of it. So we actually sold quite a few pieces in person, but with friends, and then also on Etsy. And then we got featured in this magazine, I think in Chile or in Brazil, somewhere over there. But yeah, so here is the Etsy shop, and it's no longer open anymore, but that's what my mom and I did. And then I normally hike and I normally like go outside and go to the beach when we lived in Hawaii, but we're here for business in Texas and it gets hot, the mosquitoes, so I decided to pick up crocheting. And ever since I picked it up, I cannot stop. So yeah, as you can see, I've done some clothing and then some amigurumi, and then now it's been like 2 months later and I've have so much more stuff. So stay tuned for a work in progress video coming up. But yeah, let's get right into the video, and thank you so much for stopping by. There is quite a lot of things here. I'm gonna try to go in order so you can kind of see the progression of how things are going for me, but I think it's a good amount for 8 months. And then I'm gonna probably put what I crocheted for the next 6 months so you can kind of see the progress. These are well, I'll get into it. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that inspired me to crochet was this knit vest right here. It was super popular last year and I just love the vibe. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I try to make it? And at the time I didn't really realize the difference in looks in knitting and crocheting. So I Googled a tutorial. I'll link all the videos that I followed on YouTube. That if I used one in the description box, so I'll link it down below. She used a different color, but I was like, hey, this is close enough. So I ended up crocheting this white vest, and yeah, it ended up, I didn't really follow the measurements. I was kind of like, oh, I'll just freehand it or whatever. So one side ended up being a little bit bigger. I don't know if you're going to be able to even tell, but one side's a little bit larger. I think it's, well, I don't know, you tell me. And so I sewed on some snap closures so I could have it like tight in the, like have it opened a little bit, and then wore like jeans or something. So I could wear jeans with it, and it ended up being too tight on my bust area. So I learned a lesson: follow the measurements of myself and follow like directions, because I was like, I'll just freehand it. Also, this yarn was a little too thick, didn't know about that back then. And also, so it kind of looks more hippie vest instead of like cool chic vest. But either way, I think this was a pretty good job for a first time. I had no idea like what the types of stitches were. I was just following the tutorial. So yeah, that was fun. And then next I forgot her name, but she basically tried to do a dupe of I believe it was a Miu Miu it was a Miu Miu crochet tank top, and so she followed the colors of what it looked like. I just used scrap yarn and of not my scrap yarn, my mom's scrap yarn, and made this version. And this one turned out really, really well. I measured like all the way, how did this one go? Oh, it ended up just being like a long panel, and then you just sew it on the side. And then the straps were just like done separately and then sewed on. But I didn't think these colors would be go well with each other, but they ended up going well. Actually, now that I'll take it back, I ended up making it too big, because now I remember I ended up sewing it in the back, kind of cinching it to make it like fit better. So yeah, at this point, 8 months ago or 7 months ago, it was yeah, a lesson on learning how to basically make outfits or make crochet projects fit. But it ended up turning super well. It ended up turning out like pretty well. I have worn this so many times. I have worn it in the summer. I wore it last summer, and even in the winter time, I worn this over like a collared shirt. And then, yeah, that's about it. But I've worn it quite a few times. So love this. It's a combination of cotton and acrylic yarn. Next, not a fan of this one, but I really I had brown yarn that my mom gave me, and I was like, okay, what could I do with it? I want to like do something different and learn some kind of, you know, stitch different. So this one, I've actually wore this to ACL in Texas, and I wore like tons of jewelry up here and in Austin. And so I ended up doing something different. The tutorial had the crochet going this way. I just made the panel go sideways, like I made it shorter, and wait, how did I do it? I just turned it sideways when I sewed it, so it looks like it's going like up and down. And then I turned it to the side and then just added these little kind of like mesh detail. The straps ended up being too long, and so as you can see, a little bulky in the back. So this one was okay. It ended up, you can see it's very beginner, but it was fun. It was a lesson, and it kind of reminds me of like Pocahontas, this top. So yeah, I don't know, everything kind of has a theme for me. So that was the summertime, and then I kind of took like quite a while break. Yeah. Oh yeah, I took a break. And then fall came along. I got inspired. Oh wait, no, before fall came, I ended up wanting to surprise my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, and she loves strawberries and all the like kawaii vibes. And so I wanted to learn how to do the crochet, the checkered style, and I like it. I felt like it was a lot of work for this, but it ended up being super cute. And I crocheted the strawberry and then added like a little strap so you could open it and close. I even put a little letter in there for her, and just a sweet little letter and a gift. I thought this turned out super well. And so it's kind of just like a little money holder, or kind of like a chapstick holder, so she could put inside her purse, although she hasn't really worn it very much because she's afraid it's gonna get dirty. So yeah, very cute. Very happy with this one. Then next, I got really inspired to, there's this girl named Amy Life. She has like this crochet rose blanket, and it's in yellow. It's so beautiful. She has a tutorial on how to do the granny square, and I was like, but I'm not gonna make a blanket. So then I found another separate tutorial on how to make like a pouch purse. And so I kind of combined the two of them together and ended up making this drawstring rose pouch. This I'm so obsessed with. I did not add any lining in the inside because, well, I wasn't really concerned about anything falling out of these small holes. I wasn't going to put anything like super important. It's just a little crochet pouch, and I ended up using this for my sewing kit. So I've taken it out because for spring I kind of want to use it when I go to the store or do some errands and stuff like that. I think it's going to be so cute. Love the little leaf details. Just obsessed with this. This didn't take too long. And then I crocheted a little small rose for Atlee, my 8-year-old. She really liked that, and I sprayed the Louis Vuitton like rose perfume on it, so she loved it. So that's that. Then next, I've always wanted to learn the little like popping, I don't know how to explain it, but let me show you. I've always wanted to learn this like little popping technique, pop stitch, bubble stitch, yeah. And then, you know, fall came around and I was like, I want to do something fall inspired. So I saw this girl like turn these little pops, these little stitches, bubble stitches, into little pumpkins, and she made something out of it. I don't know what she made out of it, I can't remember, but I was like, oh, I'll just make a little pouch. I wasn't very good at making the edges straight, so I kind of just made up this design. So I made this up. I put some like money in it, and then I have a measuring tape. And then at the time, I put some cinnamon sticks in it to make it smell good. And my purse, I popped it in my purse, and my whole purse smelled like cinnamon, and it felt like fall vibes. So really, really like this. Of course, it's very beginner, like as far as like how crooked it is, but I'm fairly like happy with it. It goes in my purse, so it is what it is. Okay, what is next for fall? Oh, then nothing else for fall, because I had this project that I worked on for 2 months. I finished it a little before Christmas time, so probably it took me 2 months. So it is my first ever cardigan, and my daughter, she chose the colors, my 16-year-old daughter. She chose the colors, and this is the patchwork cardigan. It was really, really popular, you know, a couple years ago. Of course, by Harry Styles, he had like the colorful one, but she chose these colors. I ended up following the tutorial, but I used a bigger hook. So the squares ended up being bigger, and then it ended up being way too oversized, and the sleeves were way too puffy. But so my 16-year-old didn't really like the style of it, of how it fit, but I loved it. So I've been wearing it like crazy. So it is an oversized patchwork cardigan, and I am obsessed with it. Of course, the fit's not perfect, but for a beginner, and then it took me like 2 months to, I think it was like, how many patches were there? Was it 40 something? I don't know. I felt like it was a lot of patches. So considering I just learned a couple months ago, I thought this was pretty good. This is a very relatively easy thing to make, except for obviously you have to do a lot of sewing, and it's just very tedious, and I'm not a fast crocheter. I wasn't a fast crocheter back then, so each patch took me a long time. So I did like a patch a day essentially. So that's that. I finished it by Christmas time. Then I got really, really excited to make a Christmas sweater for myself. It was my Christmas gift to myself, and I saw this like mesh sweater right here. I'll put a picture right here, and I said, you know what? Let's make it Christmas winter style instead of like all green. So I ended up getting yarn, and I thought this like yarn right here, this like puffy yarn would be so perfect to look like snow. This was awesome. This project ended up, the sweater feels so like soft, and it's mesh, and there's single crochet, double crochet, triple crochet, treble crochet, and then there's a half double crochet, yeah. And so these were panels. Yeah, they were panels, and then you sewed on the sleeves. My sleeves ended up being bell sleeved. I don't know what I did, but I ended up liking it more. It's cropped. I'm so sad that I really can only wear it. I literally just finished it like a couple days before Christmas, so I only wore it for Christmas time, and that was it. And I was like, okay, I can't wear this after Christmas. So I wanted to make something that was a color that I could wear all the time. But ended up making this vest in the meantime, because that was all the yarn I had at the time. I'm not gonna show it to you right now because it is so ugly. Like it is so ugly. So I'll show you at the end. I don't even know if I'm gonna show it, but I'm gonna show you what I tried to make it to look like and what it ended up looking like. It was horrible. So, okay, next is, let's do some, Christmas, more Christmas stuff. I ended up making my first Amigurumi cat for my 7-year-old. She loved cats. She loved cats, and I like this pattern except for that you had to sew the legs on and the ears and the tail. I don't like that. I like it when there's like no sew amigurumi, but I don't know if you can get a lot of that. I bought the eyes. It's so cute. Love it. She is obsessed with it. Then we were gonna get a really cold spell here in Texas in January, like a very cold spell. So I ended up crocheting this beanie right here. Ended up wanting to crochet it for my son who's 15, but it was too small, so gave it to my 7-year-old, but she doesn't like that color and she wasn't gonna wear it. So I ended up scrapping it and making this. I had some leftover blue yarn for my crochet cardigan, so I ended up making a shrug or bolero. I just followed a pattern, but like a pattern. Actually, by this time, wait, I'm trying to think. Oh, I did follow a pattern, but I didn't follow a design. So I just made like these colors, and I wanted to make it look athletic looking. So I just, hers was just multicolor yarn, and then she just did a bolero, but I wanted to make a design. So I thought this is cool because it kind of reminds me of like a baseball tee, like an athletic bolero. Obsessed with this. My teenage daughter has borrowed this. So obsessed with it, love it. It's more of a tighter bolero. So I frogged that hat and made it into this. And then for Valentine's Day, I made a few things, which I'll show you. So I ended up wanting to make the Fairy Granny Shrug by Hey Hey Crochet. I did with this yarn, but then I ran out of yarn and I only had one sleeve. So I was like, ugh, I don't want to buy another skein of yarn. So I ended up frogging the whole thing. Used the top of her pattern, didn't put sleeves on, and then ended up adding this bottom part so it would be like a, what is this, a shirt, a vest, a sweater, shirt, I don't know what it is, but it's cute. It ended up being really cute. It was kind of itchy, so I had to put it in, it's like alpaca, and I ended up putting it in the washing machine, and now it's not as itchy. I've worn it with collar shirts. I've worn it with like just by itself, and then with like sweats at home. Yeah, so this has ended up being my first Valentine's Day. It was supposed to be for my daughter for Valentine's Day, but ended up keeping it because she didn't like this yarn. So what I ended up doing was making her a loose fitted shrug. She's obsessed with this color. It ends up draping off her shoulders, and it's thicker on the, I just memorized this pattern, and then made it bigger and added made the arms bigger, and then did it according to her size. It's very, very easy. And so yeah, and then made it a little bell sleeved. So she loves this. I love this. And so yeah, so I haven't worn it out, but she has to school on Valentine's Day. But I ended up making myself a sweater for Valentine's Day, and it was kind of inspired by the Christmas sweater, but then I did not do it that, and ended up doing granny stitches. Essentially, I just kind of made this up, granny stitches, and then instead of having 3 double crochets, I just did 2 double crochets because I thought they kind of look like hearts a little bit. And so here it is. I just bought red yarn, a couple of pink yarns, and then did a couple rows of like thick rows and double crochets. At this point you can kind of see I'm starting to learn, and I'm starting to like, you know, make my own design. So this is my first one that I made. It's a mixture of cotton and then some acrylic. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Acrylic. Why does that sound so weird? So yeah, I love this. I love it. I wore this on a few days before Valentine's Day. I wore it on Valentine's Day. And because it's red and pink, I feel like you can wear it on any occasion. Unlike red and green, like Christmas stuff. So love this, love this, love this. So first, design on my own. Super simple though. And then I also made my 8-year-old a amigurumi. Oh, so cute. Amigurumi strawberry chocolate I ended up making my 8-year-old a strawberry chocolate covered strawberry amigurumi, and it's so cute. The tutorial was so good. I'm definitely gonna link the tutorial down for you guys. Oh my gosh, so good, so beginner friendly. Oh my gosh, used all cotton yarn, and so I really like how it looks. Oh, this is definitely my favorite one. Oh, and then before Valentine's Day came, I ended up making Atlee a octopus amigurumi. It's actually only has 7 legs. So I ended up making a pink one for my daughter, my other daughter, and it has 8 legs. I'll put a picture right here. I left it in her room. Here you guys go. Here is the other cute little octopus family. Oh, the teenager, the baby version. Oh, I'm so obsessed. I want to make some snail amigurumi. Oh, I'm just obsessed with how cute they are. But so cute. So yeah, so I did that. And then also I made this heart. Now it's ugly because before I had it overstuffed, and then my daughter said it looked too fat, and so I took out some of the stuffing, and now it looks too flat and awkward looking. So as you can see, I only had 2 colors of this like thick yarn, so the colors for the amigurumi are like kind of staying the same. But yeah, I made this heart one for Valentine's Day. Now that it's flat, not so cute, but it is what it is. Then I wanted to use up the rest of that yarn, of that thick yarn, and I ended up making this crochet cowl, and it's blue and pink. I like it because it looks like rodeo vibes, and also it's a scarf. It's super cute. So I posted this on my Instagram, and a few friends, one of my friends said she wanted to buy it, and I said no, I can't charge you anything for it because I just don't feel like I'm that good yet to be charging people. And so I ended up making her, I asked her what color she liked, and I ended up making this green one for her right here. We tried to meet up. I wanted to give it to her, and she just could never meet me. So I ended up giving it to my other friend that helped out with Atlee for school. And I am currently in the process of making a second one. So this is like a thick, bulky yarn. I wish I would have remembered a lot of the yarns, but I just threw away the tags. So I really, if you ask me what the yarns are, I kind of won't remember, but next time in the future I will remember. But I did order this one from Amazon. This is bulky lion brand, I think. So yeah, this is just the beginnings of it. So this is the second one. I like this yarn way better for it as a cowl kerchief. And so that was that. And then I made 2 more amigurumis. This is not in order anymore. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I looked at the screen because I realized it wasn't recording anymore. So, okay, so I ended up making 2 more amigurumis. The next one was, I can't even remember, this was just like randomly. And it was this one. This is a bunny with overalls and a heart, and she's so cute. This is definitely one of my favorite ones. It was a little bit more work, but that's okay. Not that much more. And then there was a little bit of sewing as well. But she's so cute. As you can see, the theme is the same because pink and blue. These are the only 2 pink and blues I have. I need to get different colors. But I wanted to finish this yarn up, and it's like the never-ending yarn. Never-ending yarn. So recently, Atlee wanted another octopus, and she wanted the same baby octopus, but I made it a teenager instead. And she wasn't a huge fan as this one as much because the legs are interesting, but this is a teenage version. Trying to finish off this pink yarn, and still not done. I think I have enough yarn for another baby pink octopus, so I'll end up doing that so I can finish off the yarn and have like a whole family for her. So yeah, so that's that. Should we put her up here? Oh, that's so cute. No, you won't stay, but that one can stay there. And then that is all my amigurumi. Oh, and then this one. This one, I was trying to do another pattern by Hey Crochet, that really puffy one, but this mohair ended up not being like puffy like hers. I don't know what happened. I don't know. So now it has like this like beachy vibe, which I like. It looks nothing like hers at all, but this is a top. I left a lot of the like loose ends out because I wanted to make it kind of like, I don't know, like a little boho-y, a little like beachy. So it's very, very loose fitting, but I kind of don't mind it. I was thinking that it would kind of be like a St. Patrick's Day color, like green, but no, it's not really green. It's like blue. It's actually a Tiffany & Co. blue. And yeah, I really like it a lot. I don't know if I'm like it's leaning towards Tiffany & Co. blue, which it is, or if it's leaning towards, like my daughter says, it's a very like mermaid vibes, very mermaid like sea foam. I'll put a picture of that I took in Hawaii when we were living there. It's like exactly the same color. So it reminds me, I don't know if I should name it like the mermaid sweater or Lanikai sweater, which we used to live. The beach was like the ocean was this color, and Kailua and Oahu. And so yeah, this sweater makes me so happy, and it's cool because it's quite warm. I did use mohair and doubled up the strands to make it more puffier. Well, it ended up not being puffy whatsoever, so I don't know what the deal is. And so, but this is awesome because if I'm kind of cold, I can wear it, but it has all these holes and stuff, but the mohair is quite warm, but it's also like perfect when you go to the beach and you have like a bikini or a bathing suit or just like a top on and you want to just put this on and walk up like the beach. I can just imagine that. I'm like channeling, manifesting, moving back to Hawaii as soon as possible because we're here for business and we miss Hawaii so much. So that is that. The last thing that I finished was my own design. I just finished crocheting it this morning because I wanted to film this video for you guys, and I just finished making it this morning. It was inspired by this girl right here. She made a heart granny square sweater, but I was like, oh my gosh, like I love cardigans, and I'm like, it's like, oh, it's kind of hot, so I don't really want to have a sweater. And so I was like, oh, I can just have like a cardigan for at home. So I wanted to make her sweater, but I was like, no. But what I did get inspiration from was her, like the different colors and then the heart granny square. So she linked that video down below on how to make a heart granny square, and I had a few colors of yarn, and I ended up just making my own cardigan pattern, kind of like remembering what I did with the patchwork cardigan, and then remembering some of the stuff that I learned with like the granny square stitch. And then yeah, kind of just like played around with it, and then by measurement, like I feel like I learned a lot, so I made this up. So this is I really need to what's it called, like this yarn right here is so thick, like hard, so I really need to like steam it or like soften it somehow. But anyways, here it is. It has like these rainbow granny squares in the back, and I thought that was like a lot because I have some in the front, but then I decided to keep it like neutral in the front with the arm sleeve so it wasn't all hearts on the arm and be like super rainbow. But I really feel like this looks like kind of a mixture of like, I don't know, like a European style sweater, but also like, I don't know, the way I designed it kind of is giving like kimono style. I don't know, what do you guys think? It's hard to see. Can you see it actually? If like me just pulling it back like this, I'll put screenshots obviously, but yeah, this is so cute. It doesn't look like incredible. Let me see, there you go. I need to, what's it called? So cute, so cute. Maybe not something I wear all the time in public, but definitely something I wear at home. I actually will probably pair it with like jeans and a tight shirt and like cool jewelry, maybe my hair up in a bun. We'll see. I might do a styling video. Okay, do you guys want to see my worst crochet project ever? It's like the ugliest thing ever. I don't know, I don't think I should end on a bad note. Maybe stay tuned for my next video on some of the things that I am crocheting currently. I have this pink cardigan that I'm crocheting, so I think I'm gonna do another video on things that I plan on crocheting, some of the projects I'm working on, and then I'll show you my ugliest. We'll just do it now. Let's just do it now. No, let's end on a good note. Let's end on a good note. Okay, stay tuned for another video and you can see the ugliest thing I've ever crocheted. All right, see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.